me, just take another deep breath in and out for me, yogis, again in your own time. And then very slowly and gently, I want you to put small, tiny movements into your fingers and toes now. Just gently moving your fingers and toes. Just little movements, stretching into your fingers and toes, yogis. Let's make some little circles with our wrist and ankle joints. I call this oiling the joints, just untying the knots, some little circles, that's it, in your wrist and ankle joints. Sometimes these areas can feel really tight at the end of the day and in the morning, so go gently. Do the same with your ankles, little circles if you can. All the while we're just breathing nice and evenly, either through our nostrils or through slightly parted lips. That's it. Let's take a deep breath together now and stretch the arms overhead. Bring the legs together if you can, and I wonder if you can flex the toes towards you, push your heels away. And lengthen the arms overhead, stretching and breathing for a moment into the whole body. That's it, just take another deep breath in and out here. Enjoy the stretch. And as you next exhale, just simply float the arms back down to the sides of your body. If your eyes were closed, just gently open them then. Welcome back. Now let's hug our knees into the chest because we've been lying on this hard surface. Hug the knees into the chest when you're ready, yogis. And just with your knees hugged in, just rock gently from side to side. This helps to soften your low back. So if you suffer from things like low back pain, this helps to just support and soften what we call our lumbar region, the low spine. That's it, very nurturing for the low back. Just take another deep breath in, deep breath out here, and another breath as you just rock gently, softening that low back. Lovely. We're going to roll over onto one side, and we're going to come up to standing. So when you're ready, just rolling over to one side, come up to standing gently. Welcome back. I'm just going to put one light on. That's my light, not yours, okay? So come up to standing in your own time. That's it. Have we all got water? Everyone's got a little drink, yeah, because it's warm. So in a minute we'll stop for some water. But I want you to turn towards those lovely trees. Look at that. What a gorgeous evening. Now how we stand affects our mood, even our breath and our thinking. And we can all see people, you know, walk down the street, hunch shoulders. They call it the Dowger's hump, don't they? For walking down. So it's not great. So instantly, what I want you to do is just roll your shoulders back. Turn your palms forwards. Make sure that your feet are hip width apart and make sure your toes and ankles are facing forwards. And then we're simply going to gaze out of that window. And if you're at home, perhaps gazing out towards your garden or towards the wall in front of you, just find a lovely tree to look at. If you're, again, at home, you can look out the garden window. Just look towards the window, towards the light. And I want you at eye level to find a tree to focus on, yogis. Look at the different colours out there, how the light hits the sun, the various shades of green. And if you're at home, again, try looking out of the window towards the light. Find something to focus on if you can. So we can connect with nature. We can be quiet and still, but we can be very aware of how we're standing. I want you to just press your thighs back towards your heels. Just push those thighs back towards your heels a little bit. Open the toes. That's it. Make the feet soft, long and wide. They form your foundation. That's lovely. And just take 5 breaths here. Palms facing forwards. Roll those shoulders back. Relax them away from the ears. Just softly gaze ahead. Enjoy the view. That's it, just standing and breathing. It can be quite challenging just to do that, but see if it's possible to just enjoy 3 more deep breaths here. Take your time, there's no rush. Breathing in, breathing out. Even if you're finding it tricky, I want you to stand and breathe for another 2 slow breaths in your own time. Now from that place of quietening that you've achieved, I want you to take a deep breath now and raise your arms, yogis, above your head with your palms facing each other, and still continue to look out the window and again take 5 deep breaths. All we've done is raise the arms, palms facing, still gazing towards the trees or your window, looking outside if you can. And this time we're going to add what we call an affirmation, which is a positive sentence. Have the palms slightly apart. That's it. And just saying these words to yourself inwardly, not too out loud, but inwardly. Peace and serenity surround me. Peace and serenity surround me. Keep gazing ahead. This helps to align our spine, and it can correct posture problems. It restores balance to the body and mind, and it's really, really good for all the other standing poses that we're going to do this afternoon, this evening. So take another deep breath in. Think about that lovely positive sentence. Peace and serenity surround me. And again, take a deep breath in. Now release the hands back down to the sides of your body and just stand quietly, relax there. Notice if you feel a bit taller or longer. Notice if the mind and body feel a little quieter and stiller. Lovely. Okay, yogis. I'm now going to move into a little flow. And I did this afternoon with the group, but it's great to just, this whole practice is about balance and energy. So one of the poses in yoga that we do is called chair pose. It's really good for strengthening our thighs and our knees. As we get older, our knees tend to kind of get a bit sore. There's not much padding around there, so they often get tight. So this exercise is good for the thighs, the buttocks and the knees. I want you to stand hip width apart again, facing me. And I've profiled myself to the side so you can see. And all these poses are flow poses. So we start again to Tadasana. Let me just demonstrate. I'm then going to inhale and raise my arm. So you're used to this, we've just done that. And then I exhale and look, I sit in my imaginary chair. I'm about to sit, but there's no chair there. My knees and feet are apart. And then I squeeze my shoulder blades together to get this cactus-like shape. So I'm squeezing the shoulder blades together, elbows high. I get a stretch here. And then we inhale and we come up again. We exhale, we go back into chair. So it's a flow. Let me show you that from the side once more. I'm breathing in, I come up. Breathing out, cactus shape, sitting. Just sit back as far as you can, knees and feet apart. Breathe in again, come up. Exhale, we do that 8 times. Now be careful with your knees. If you've got issues with your knees, don't bend too low. Okay, now have a go together. Flow. We're going to use the breath wisely. So feet hip width apart. Are we ready? If it feels too strong, you can always stop, okay? Inhale, lengthen up, please. Palms facing. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together like a cactus arm. Bend the knees. Lovely, don't overbend. Inhale, lengthen up. That's it, look forwards. Exhale, go back into the flow. That's it, squeeze the shoulder blades, lovely. Breathing in, we're going to do 8 of these. Exhale, lovely. Again, just imagine that chair you're trying to sit in. Breathe in, lengthen up, look forwards. 4 more, yogis. Exhale, imaginary chair pose, squeezing shoulder blades together. Good, keep going. Breathing in, lengthen, lovely. Exhale, lovely. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lovely. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, lovely. Last one, here we go. Breathing in. Breathing out. Well done. Come back to the Tadasana. And just relax. Notice how you feel. Quite strong that, wasn't it? And shake it out. So good for our knees, good for our thighs. Now the next pose we're going to do, and I love this one. I've got lots of books, but this is called the Dragon Flow. Your spine's going to go in every single direction. So it's great if you do a lot of sitting. What we're going to do is twist from side to side. We're going to bend. So those are the 4 movements, and then we're going to fold forwards. If when you fold forwards you feel any dizziness come up, it's warm, we've got the windows open, and take care at home as well. So yeah, come into what we call a comfortable squat. Toes out, heels in. Now as you bend your knees, I do want you to make sure you can see the tops of your big toes. So have a look, even if you've got socks on. Well done. Can I ask you to go sideways on your mat so you're on your mat, don't slip. By all means, take the socks off if you want to. Yoga should be performed with bare feet, but don't feel you have to, okay? But you will feel your feet better. Now, what most of us do, or a lot of us do, is we stick our buttocks out. It's because that's how we're built. So to stop that happening, take one hand to your low back like me, one to your belly, and tuck your belly in and get this little pelvic tilt. And that's going to prepare you for a better pose, okay? That little tilt. And we'll bring the palms together, we squat down, toes out, heels in. Only go into a comfortable squat. That's it, just as far as you can, don't strain. Bring the palms to a prayer position, and we hold and breathe. Again, another exercise that strengthens the knees and thighs. But we're not going to end there. We're just going to take a breath, feel the pose, breathe in, breathe out. Good. Now we're going to interlace the fingers, raise them up, keep the squat, palms facing the other way. We're going to inhale, just gently come over to your right. Keep those knees bent, not too far. Good. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, little side bend to your left. Keep the knees bent, not too far. Good. Exhale, come back. Now we're going to twist to the left. Now you haven't got your arms, you're using your oblique muscles in your tummy. So just a gentle twist to the left. Exhale, come back to center. Good. Inhale, a little twist to the right. Exhale, slowly back to center. Now we're going to release the arms. We're going to bring the toes in and the heels out. Change the position of the feet. Toes in, heels out. Interlace the fingers behind you. Bend your knees if you need to. Fold all the way down and raise the arms as high as you can. Legs can be bent or stretched, looking through the legs. Hold for 3 breaths. Absolutely fine to have your knees bent, yogis, if you need to. Breathe and hold and just raise those arms as high as you can. If you can keep the elbows straight, have a go, but don't strain. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and rise up slowly. Release the hands, bend your knees as you come up, hands to the hips. Well done. Do this 3 times, okay? So toes out, heels in, back into the squat, palms together. Exhale, go down. Lovely. Now, if you want to, you can pull up on your pelvic floor muscles. No one knows you're doing it, but you're strengthening those internal muscles, okay? Look forwards, hold. Tuck the tailbone under. That's lovely. Look ahead. Breathe. Excellent. Now we're going to inhale, keep the squat, raise the arms again. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms the other way if you can. Let's go again. Inhale, a little side bend to the right. Exhale, come back. Keep the feet firmly grounded down. Don't bend any further than you can. Over to the other side. That's it. Make sure you're not hurting your spine. Good. Twist again. Usually in yoga we use our arms, we haven't got them, so we're using the power of the muscles in our abdominals, particularly what we call the obliques, the side ones. Inhale, twist to the other side gently. Exhale, back. Lovely. Release the hands. Now, toes in, heels out. Change the position of the feet. Interlace the fingers again behind you. This is our flow. Exhale all the way down. It's fine to keep your knees bent if you need to. Raise the arms, look through the legs. Great shoulder release. 2, just 2 deep breaths, yogis. Breathing in. That's it. Deep breath, breathe out. Inhale again. Exhale. As you release the hands, bend the knees, take the hands to the hips and rise up slowly with bent knees. Ooh, well done. Do one more of those, okay? This is our flow. It's called the dragon flow. Toes out again, heels in. Stay with me, yogis at home as well. Palms together. Go back into the squat. Tuck the tailbone under. Keep the spine tall at forwards. 3 breaths. And again, yogis, only bend your knees as far as you can. Don't strain. Your yoga shouldn't hurt, okay? So if it hurts, you're going to the wrong class. Okay, we're not here to hurt ourselves, so go gently. Let's focus on that breath. Breathe in. Send the exhalation downwards into those strong legs. Yeah, well done. Inhale, let's raise the arms together. Keep the squat. Interlace, turn the palms up on those. First, we side bend to the right as we breathe in. Notice if that feels a bit easier third time round. Exhale back. Inhale, little side bend to your left. Keep the knees bent, lovely. Exhale back to center. We're going to twist now. Inhale, use the oblique muscles, the side abdominals. Twist to one side. Carefully come back to center. Inhale, a little twist to the other side. Good. Exhale back to center. We release the arms, turn the toes in, the heels out. Interlace the fingers again behind, and we go down. Raise those arms. Just take 2 deep breaths. You can straighten the legs, yogis, but if that's too much, do keep the knees bent. That's absolutely fine. Raise the arms as high as you can. Take another deep breath in and out for me. Lovely. Nicely done, yogis. Bend your knees, come up slowly. Release the hands and just zigzag the feet in. Turn back towards those trees. I want you to stand back into Tadasana Mountain. Arms by your sides, feet hip width apart, toes and ankles facing forwards. Roll your shoulders back a few times. Relax. Notice if the shoulders and the back muscles that you've just opened and energized feel a bit looser. But just take 4 quiet breaths here and observe the sensations in your body. It's just a little pause before we move on. Take 4 quiet breaths. Just notice physically how you feel. Particularly your arms and your spine, the back muscles that you've opened. Just be aware of these sensations, these parts of our body. And enjoy another quiet breath. Just standing and breathing. Well done, yogis. And relax. Fantastic. Shake it out. Do you want to grab some water? Grab some water at home, yogis, as well. Stay hydrated. Okay? Just little sips of water. Okay? All right? Yep, good. Okay. Do let me know if anything feels too strong. I can always give you an alternative, all right? Okay? Okay. Now, what we're going to do now, we're going to have a little go at Warrior One and turn it into a balance. So I don't want anybody to go, oh, I can't balance. You can. It's just we're out of practice. We're going to have a little go. I'm going to demonstrate for you. Right foot forward. Can you see I've turned the back foot in about 45 degrees? And if I take my hands to my hips, then I know my hips are square to the front. I'm going to bend the front knee. What we want to make sure is that we can still see the tops of our toes. If I don't, I do this, and all the loading goes onto that really vulnerable joint. So we ease off. All we need to do is make sure that knee is tracking forwards, okay? We get into these good habits. We're then going to raise the arms, and we're going to hold this powerful warrior pose for 4 breaths. We're then going to take our hands to our hips, carefully just come up onto the ball of the back foot. Now that could be enough today. You don't have to go any further. All the strength in the front leg. But if you wanted to practice and play with it, you can take the foot off the floor and just hold that balance. We can find a point of focus, we can breathe. And when we've had enough and this leg gets heavy, We just come back to Tadasana and switch sides. Okay, so it's not difficult. We're going to go into it gently together. So let's do that together. Right foot forwards, the left foot turned out, hands on your hips to steady you. And the reason I'm going to ask you to take your hands to your hips is very often you can be twisted and not know. But if you imagine a pair of headlights on a car facing forwards, that's where you want your hips, facing forwards, yogis. So as we bend the front knee, just get into that good habit of checking that your foot hasn't come, your knee, I'm sorry, doesn't come over the toes. Can you still see your toes or the tops of your sock? Yeah? Now we're good. We're going to breathe in. We're going to raise the arms. Again, we're used to this. We've done a few of these. We can relax the shoulders, palms facing. And then simply gaze ahead. Or for a stronger stretch, if you wanted to, you can look up towards the ceiling. That is a lovely stretch from your belly, your navel, all the way up to the throat. And it creates a back bend. But if that's too strong tonight, simply gaze ahead. And there's always a nice positive affirmation you can use for these poses. And the words are this. You can repeat them to yourself as you breathe if you wish to. I am balanced, strong, and focused. So these warrior poses are very strong. They build self-confidence, and you know, it's just the ability to be strong in yourself. Good self-confidence, good self-worth. So just think about being this strong warrior without weapons. You're strong, you're focused, and you're very much present here. Now let's turn this into a balance. Let's take the hands to our hips. We can just play with this. We come up onto the ball of the back foot. It's fine if we wobble and we stack all the way into the front leg. So imagine that leg like the trunks of the trees we were looking towards, strong, rooting into the earth. And then why not just play with coming forwards? And if you want to tonight, just raise that foot slightly. Breathe and hold. If you wobble, don't worry, it's normal. Lots of balances are wibbly wobbly, but have a go. Gaze towards the floor. Maybe find a pattern on the floor. Anything that catches your eye, let that be your focus, friend. And breathe. And you don't even have to take the toes off the floor tonight. You can leave them there and just practice maybe lifting and putting back down. Lifting and putting back down. And when your leg gets heavy and tired, which it will after some breaths, release, come back to the rest. Well done. So we can practice balances like bite-sized chunks. Just have a go. Let's try the other side, yogis. We're going to switch legs. It's going to be the left leg for you that's in front, the right foot turned out. We've simply switched sides. Again, let's take a moment to bend the front knee. Make sure that knee is tracking forwards. You can still see the tops of your foot or your sock. And you've turned the back foot out. Hands to your hips, hips are square to the front. When you're ready, inhale, raise the arms, palms facing, looking forwards or up. Remember that strong affirmation, saying to ourselves inwardly if we wish to, I am strong, I am focused, and I am balanced. This pose is fantastic for your immune system. It's said to strengthen our immune system and our energy centers. Feel the power of the pose. You're stretching your torso up, so you're stretching this area, the intercostal muscles in the torso, but the legs are strong. You're toning your legs and hips here. Two-way stretching. Let's take 2 more deep breaths if you can. Either looking forwards or gently up, whichever suits you this evening. I am balanced, strong, and focused. Now we're going to take the hands carefully back to the hips as we did on the other side. And we're going to deliberately snap the weight onto the front leg, coming up just a little bit onto the ball of the back foot like myself. Strong, steady leg, rooting into the earth. Let the toes be soft and long. And if you wish to, tipping forwards and just raising that foot a little bit. Wobbling is normal, don't worry. Look along the floor ahead of your body and focus on a spot ahead of you if that helps. Breathe all the way down into the standing leg and just hold for a few breaths. You're doing well. It's quite strong, so don't feel you have to hold for any longer than 1 or 2 deep breaths. Just notice if that feels any different to the opposite leg, and then release. And shake it out. Well done. Okay? Yeah? Doing well? You're very quiet. What's that? Oh, that's okay. You can only see me. You can't see these lovely yogis, but we're all working hard like you at home, and they are as well. They're being very, very good. They're not making any noise, and it's fine. Don't worry. Well, the next exercise is one I've done already this afternoon, but it's fantastic. Is there anybody here who works in an office? Yeah, so a lot of sitting in front of the desk. Yeah, so this one is very good for if we're tight here. We do it slowly, and it's a flow pose. It's a warrior pose again. So you've done one version of warrior. Let's come into this other version. Let's take our right foot forward again, yogis. Now this is a bit of a balance. I want you to have a go. We're going to turn the toes of the back foot in, so both feet, are facing forwards like me. Come up onto the ball of the back foot, and then hands on your hips, sink down. This is a high lunge. Well done. Now even that's a bit of a balance, isn't it? You have to focus and breathe. We're going to add the arms. I want you to take hold of either your alternate wrists or your elbows. So you cup your elbows with your hands. Now breathe in, move those elbows back and look forwards. You should be able to feel quite a strong stretch in the shoulders, yeah? Good. Now the second part of this is we look down as we exhale towards the floor and imagine someone pulling those arms gently sort of in front of us, yeah? They're pulling them. Can you feel your upper body there? Yeah? Can you feel your arms working? Now we're going to exhale and look forwards and keep those shoulders back. We do 5 of these. Breathing in, looking down. Lengthen those arms forwards. Feel the upper back working. Exhale, looking ahead and just drawing those arms back. Do 3 more for me, yogis. So we keep an eye on everybody. That's it. Bring the shoulders so they're pretty much in alignment as you look down with your ears. Exhale, looking forwards, and just imagine pulling them back a little bit. So as you look up, keep the elbows towards the ears. That's it. 2 more. Inhale, look down. That's it. Lower the elbows a little. Good. Exhale, very gently. Quite a strong stretch. Some of us will feel this more than others. You're still in that balance. Good. Last one. Inhale, look down towards the floor. Imagine someone pulling the top of those arms, particularly the elbows, forwards. You stay in the posture though. And then exhale, bring the elbows back towards the ears. On the final pose from here, release the arms, palms facing one another, arms stretch forwards. We look down and feel the lengthening and the elongation in your spine and neck. Hold for 3 breaths, yogis. And so you're looking down, keep the elbows close as you can to the ears. Lengthen those arms, lovely. Palms facing. Are we breathing? I hope we are. Take a deep breath in and out for me. This is excellent for the upper back and shoulder and neck region. Release the arms, come back to Tadasana. Well done. Shake it out. We all good? So really good for here. Should we try the other side? Quite strong, isn't it? So let's take the left foot forwards now. You're switching sides, yogis. Right foot back. If you started with the right foot forwards, just switch sides. I think the hardest part is to turn both feet in. We bend the front knee. We come up onto the ball of the back foot. Hands on the hips to steady you. This is called a high lunge. And sink. Just drop a little bit. It's quite earthy. That's it. Just get a sense of this side of your body. May feel quite different on this side. Then slowly raise the arms. Let's hold on to. We cup the hands around either the elbows or the wrists if you're very tight here. And again, we're going to inhale, look down. Imagine someone pulling the elbows forwards, lengthening the spine, particularly the upper back and shoulder region. Exhale as you look forwards and then deliberately just pull those elbows back a little bit. Take care. 5 of those we do. Inhale, flowing, looking down, lengthen forwards. Exhale, keep your toes soft and long. I know you're in a balance as well. Try 3 more slowly. Your front foot is on the floor. See if you can raise the back foot off the floor. Good. Lovely. If it's really tricky to keep that back heel off the floor, you can, of course, just turn the foot out and have the heel down. But I want you to practice this balance a little bit. Even wobbling is good. Strengthening and toning of your legs. Let's do 1 more together. Inhale, look down and lengthen both. Imagine someone were pulling those elbows gently. Exhale, again, look forwards, feel that opening. Our final pose is to release the arms, palms facing, lengthening the arms forwards, but we look down. That reaching forwards gently. Feel the opening in your shoulders and upper back. Hold for 2 more deep breaths, if you can. Good. Breathe, yogis. Breathe deep. That's lovely. When you finish, let's step forwards. Relax the arms. Roll those shoulders out. Can I ask you again to turn towards the trees? This is your resting pose. Palms facing forwards, roll the shoulders back. Check that your feet are just hip width apart, toes and ankles facing forwards. Now we use this as a rest. We're not lying down, it's our standing resting pose. Just take those 4 quiet breaths again. And notice physically how you feel in this moment. Having done some deep stretching in your upper body, let your shoulders relax. Focus on the next 2 or 3 quiet breaths. Just notice if you feel a little bit more space or a little bit more relaxed around your shoulder, neck region. And if you don't feel anything there, don't worry. Just take advantage of the fact that you can hold this pose, breathe into your body. Take another breath. Lovely. And then relax your yogis. And again, if you need to get some water, please do so. Is everybody okay? You all okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, at home yogis, can't see you, but I know you're working well. Not sure how many we've got, 3 or 4 at home as well, which is nice. You're there. Hello, Ishmael. Fantastic. Stay with me. Okay, the next pose we're going to do is going to be a flow, a warrior 2 flow. So can I ask you to go wide on your mat, Yoni? Go sideways. Okay, take your legs as wide apart as you can, bearing in mind if your hips are still a bit tight, then take care. Toes and ankles again, let's make sure they're facing forwards. Okay, toes and ankles facing forwards. We're going to turn our right foot out 90 degrees, and I'm always demonstrating with you if you're not sure. Yes, that is, yeah. And left foot facing forwards, so 90 degrees out with the right foot, and our left foot facing forward. So we're sort of making a triangle shape with our legs. But we're going into warrior 2. Warrior 2 means we need to bend this front knee. Again, that right knee, get into the habit, yogis, of making sure the knee doesn't come over the toes. You can still see the tops of your sock or your toes. Don't overload that knee. I want you to turn your palms uppermost this time and just bend the elbows like I'm doing a little bit so the shoulders are relaxed. We're offering this pose up to the gods, the goddesses, to ourselves. It's a receptive open pose, but we're going to make it flow pose. As you inhale, you're going to straighten the front knee and bring the palms together or facing if you can, that lovely lengthening in your torso. Exhale. As you go back into the pose, gaze towards your right palm. Let's do 6 of those together in a flow motion. Inhale, lengthen upwards, lovely. Straighten the front leg gently. Exhale, expand and gaze towards the right palm. Good. 4 more. Breathing in, go at your pace. Lovely. Exhale. Now we all breathe slightly differently from one another, making us even more unique. So don't rush. Go at the pace that suits you. If you want to rush it, you can, but it's best enjoyed slow. That's it. Lengthening up as we inhale. Exhale as we open into the pose. Lovely. Let's try 2 more breaths and then we'll switch sides. Breathing in to lengthen. Good. Breathing out to open. It's a flow. Enjoy. Last pose, or last breath on this side, should I say. Lovely work. Good. Release the hands. And let's just now swivel the feet round to the other side so that the left foot's out, the right foot's turned forwards. Let's bend the front left knee. Left knee now. Make sure again it doesn't come over your toes. Raise the arms. Keep them both at shoulder height. Just check they're both level to begin with. I'll be ready. 6 when we're ready. Lengthening up. Inhale, straighten the front knee. Good. Exhale and open like a flower. Beautiful. 5 more in your own time. Inhale. Exhale. Let the breath work for you so you start to become much more skillful at just listening to your breathing. So often we just take the breath for granted, don't we? But skillfully what you're doing is moving with each breath. Notice if one side feels easier, lengthening up, that's lovely. Let's do 2 more after this because it's nice sometimes when you get a flow just to keep going. Inhale to lengthen, lovely. Exhale to open, that's lovely. Once more if you can. Breathing in. Nicely done, yogis. Exhale, lovely. Release the arms, bring and zigzag or walk the feet in and shake it out. Let's check our time. Great, look, it's only 9. We've got 20 minutes. If you're feeling a bit tired, don't worry. These poses are quite strong. We're going to now go into triangle. Our legs are nice and open, our hips hopefully a bit warmer. So go as wide again as you can. Go sideways on your mat, yogis, again, so you've got the length of the mat. Toes and ankles once more facing forwards. If you're a little bit tired, you don't have to go too high. Let's again turn our right foot out and leave our left foot facing forwards. Trikonasana means triangle, we're going into the pose, but we may change it. We're going to raise those arms to shoulder height. Let's check they're both level. When you're happy that they are, we're going to breathe in and just tilt to the right. Carefully take your right hand just below your right knee. If that's too far, above your knee, but don't press into the knee directly, above or below. With your left hand, bend the left elbow and just rest it on the left hip. Your job is just firstly to look down towards the right foot, keep the top left shoulder open, and as you gaze down, just start to take a deep breath in and out. So all we want to do first is just get a feel for this pose. Your front knee can be bent, but the back leg is straight. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to raise that left arm skywards, palm facing forwards. Now, you've got the option to either look up towards the raised arm, or look forwards, or look down towards the right foot. The choice is yours, yogis. Hold for 3 deep breaths. So where you look is up to you. You can either look down towards the right foot, gaze ahead, or look up towards the raised arm. Make sure your neck is comfortable. Imagine the body between 2 sheets of glass here, yogis. Now we're going to turn it into a flow. Let's take this left hand and bring it down so it rests on top of the right hand. Breathing in. Exhale and open that arm like a flower. Lovely. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, we close. Exhale, we open. Good. Keep the front knee bent if it helps. 2 more. Inhale, slowly we close. Exhale as we open. Beautiful. Let's do 1 more together. Inhale, we close. Exhale. Good. And now hold that pose for another deep breath in and out. Breathe. Lovely. Now let's bend the front knee and raise the arms slowly. Exhale to release. Well done. That was flowing triangle. Now we're going to do the other side. So let's just swivel those feet around to the other side again. Left foot turned out, right foot facing forwards. All we've done is switch sides. Take a moment to raise the arms again. Check that both arms are level. Take a breath in. Let's use the exhalation. Where do we want to place this left hand? Maybe above or below the knee, but don't press into the knee joint directly, yogis. Bend the right elbow, rest the right hand on the right hip. And for a moment, just to feel and establish this side, gaze down towards the leading foot, the left foot. That's good. Get a feel for the pose on this side. When you're ready, inhale, raise the right arm skywards, either looking up towards that right thumb or looking straight ahead or down towards the left foot. You've got that option, yogis. Do what feels comfortable for you. Now we're going to inhale and bring the right hand to rest on top of the left. We can bend the front knee if we need to. Exhale like a flower blossoming and open that arm. That's lovely. We do 4 of those in your own time. Inhale as we close. Synchronizing very skillfully again your movement with your breath. Exhale and open. 2 more if you can. You're okay. Breathing in. Breathing out, and as you open, just expand, explore the stretch in the upper chest as well. Lovely. Once more if you can. Inhale. Lovely. Exhale and open. Hold that for an extra breath now. Just one more full breath in. Exhale and just come up nice and slowly. Well done. Relax, release. And just walk your feet in. Shake it out. One last look at those trees. All the light's gone now, but it's early evening or coming up to mid-evening. Feet hip width apart. Roll your shoulders back. Palms facing forwards. Arms relaxed by your sides. Gaze ahead for me, yogis. Take 4 quiet breaths. Just notice all and any sensations as you stand and breathe. And you can have the eyes open or closed, whatever appeals to you, whatever feels good. Allow yourself a couple of quiet breaths and just observe the sensations in your body. Just notice physically how you now feel. Well done, yogis. And again, just relax, shake it out. We're going to do a couple of exercises on the mat. So let's come down. I'd like us to do a little spinal twist. How long have we got? Yeah, we've got about 15 minutes, just under. So let's come down. This will feel nice to come down because you've worked quite hard. Okay, and I'm going to ask you to lie down and just draw your knees again into your chest and rock gently. And we do that because your back's worked hard this evening. This energy and balancing sequence isn't over yet, but just drawing those knees in gives a little bit of relief to the spine and will feel quite nice. So hug the knees in as best you can and just rock gently, side to side, just to soften that low back. Take a few deep breaths into your spinal muscles. Lovely. Now, yogis, we're going to do just a little bit of stretching here. So what I want you to do is to very gently hug your right knee into the chest and just extend the left leg on the floor. Keep the right knee hugged in towards the chest, and your left leg is nice and straight on the floor, toes of the left foot flexed towards you. We're going to strengthen the neck and work our abdominals. We're going to inhale and bring our nose to our knee as close as we can. So raising the head and neck, bringing the nose towards the right knee. Exhale and lower the head. We do that 6 times. Breathing in, just bringing the nose as close as you can without straining. Exhale and lower. This not only strengthens your abdominals, your spine, it's also really strengthening for the neck. Inhale, nose to knee. Exhale and lower. 3 more if you can. Breathing in, lovely. Don't strain, just come up as far as you can. Exhale and lower, good. Twice more, breathing in, nose to knee. Exhale and lower. If you don't want to lift the head, that's fine. Just visualize or imagine lifting the head. And when you've done 6, keep hugging that knee in. And then I want you to slowly raise the left leg all the way towards the ceiling. Still hugging the right knee in towards the chest. Raise that left leg as high as you can. Just start to flex the foot backwards and forwards. Have a little stretch there. Lovely. Just make some little circles with our ankle. Untie the knots in the left ankle. Both directions. Just loosening the ankle. Now hugging that knee in, we're going to inhale and lower that left leg all the way down to the floor as we exhale. Well done. Inhale, raise the left leg again, as high as you can. Exhale slowly and lower. Do that twice more if you can. This works for the abdominals. Can you all feel that in the abdominals, yogis? Yeah, now if the leg feels really heavy, Be very careful. Lower it with control as you exhale again. You're doing well. Once more. Lengthen the leg all the way up. Lovely. Exhale. Now this time, can you keep the leg slightly off the floor? Just lower it so it's only a centimetre off the floor. Hold and breathe. And relax, release the leg down. Well done. And then release the left leg. And let both legs relax now. Let both heels flop out. Palms facing the ceiling. Just let both legs go. Zigzag them in. Just relax the heels. Take a couple of quiet resting breaths and we'll repeat that on the opposite side. Let the body relax. Okay, yogis, let's now hug the left knee in. We're going to repeat that on the other side. Just gently hug the left knee in. Extend the right leg along the floor. Just take a breath into the opposite side now. And when you're ready, raise the right leg carefully towards the ceiling. And just start to flex the foot as you did on the left side. Backwards and forwards, stretching into the foot. Let's make some little circles with the ankle. Just notice if one side, yogis, feel easier than the other. Go gently, just little circles in both directions. And then flex that foot, hug that knee in, and just hold that stretch for a moment as you lengthen into the right side of your body. Right leg. Good. Well, let's exhale now and slowly lower the leg all the way down. Inhale, raising it up. Exhale with control all the way down again. Keep hugging that left knee in. Keep your chin tucked in, yogis, towards your throat, back of the neck long. 2 more. Inhale as we raise the leg. Exhale as we lower. We're working our abdominals now on the right side, strengthening our back and leg muscles. 1 more of those. Now leave the leg on the floor and bring your nose to your knee. And then exhale the head back down, 6 of those. Inhale, nose to left knee now. Exhale the nose. So make sure we do that about 6 times on each side. If it feels too many, yogis, just repeat that 3 times. You don't have to raise the head off the floor. If it feels too strong, just continue to hug your left knee in and just focus on stretching and breathing if it feels too strong. 1 more if you can. Inhale, nose to knee. Exhale, lower. And then finally, yogis, leaving the head on the floor, the next work, raise the right leg slightly off the floor, hold and breathe. Just a few centimeters to get that extra stretch. Well done. Release the leg down. Let the left leg go. Let both heels flop out. Turn your palms towards the ceiling and take a couple of resting breaths here. We've got 5 minutes to go. I'd like us to go into a relaxation. But before we do that, we'll go into just what we call the happy baby bear pose. This is a little joyous pose to end with, yogis. So when you're ready, let's bend the knees. And I want you to bring your thighs as close to your chest as you can, but keep your knees bent. If you're not sure I'm doing the pose now, you can look at me. And it's like a gurgling baby bear. So the knees come in, the feet and knees wide. And then we just make some little rotations with our wrists and ankles again. That's it, in both directions. Just a little joyful play. If you can bring your hands up towards your ankles now, hold on to the ankles, bend the knees close to the chest, and just rock a tiny bit from side to side if you can. And again, that's really good for your spine. It's just allowing the back to roll and relax. Imagine like this is how baby bears play, so it's quite a playful, joyful little pose. Well done. Hug your knees in. Take a deep breath in and out. Well done. You've worked really hard. So now it's time to go into relaxation, which is the best bit. So we're going to extend the legs on the floor. This is where we started, so we come full circle, back to the beginning. Make sure you're comfortable. And again, bring a cushion next week or have something underneath your head so that you've got a headrest. Tuck your chin in, yogis. I'm going to turn the lights down to allow your eyes to relax. You can always bring something like an eye pillow, something for your eyes. But let's quietly now just allow our body to relax. Let's turn the palms towards the ceiling so the shoulders can open and soften. Let's tuck our chins in towards the throat so the back of the neck can remain long and in the same line as our spine. And let the heels just fall out. If you have back issues, by all means keep the knees bent if that's more comfortable. Now I want you just to focus now on resting the whole body as best you can. Use the next few minutes as quiet time. Just allowing your body to completely relax and to reap the benefits of your yoga practice. No more yoga. This is the time to nourish and replenish your body by resting and relaxing your breathing. Now this is a balance energy practice, so we're now going to balance the breath. As you breathe in, yogis, I want you to send the breath from your belly up to your heart and up to the crown of your head as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, send the energy down from the crown of the head back down to your heart. As we inhale, we send the energy and breath from belly up to the heart and up to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, send that breath downwards from the crown of the head back down to the heart space. This way, we balance the energy as we breathe in with the energy as we breathe out. As we inhale, we send the energy up from belly, heart to crown of head. And as we breathe out from the crown of the head, back down to the heart space. Let's add a color now if we can. So visualize or imagine as you inhale, sending a lovely orange light up to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, send a white light all the way back down from the crown of the head, back to the heart space. Orange as we breathe up, white as we breathe down. Allow these two colors to meet and swirl at the heart space. And allow that white, orange light to go to every part of your body now, yogis, to feed and nourish every part of your body with a white, orange light, healing, nourishing, replenishing light. Enjoy 5 more slow breaths here, allowing the body to be filled with a white, orange light. Yogis, I want you to allow the breath to become a little deeper and a little fuller now. Just taking some slightly deeper breaths into your body, into the whole body. Slowly and gently, having balanced the energies throughout our body, having balanced the energy, harmonized the energy within our bodies, we now start to gently come back from the inner world, back to our outer world. Slowly and gently now, starting to think about making tiny movements again with your fingers and toes. Small little movements with your fingers and toes once more. Opening, closing fingers and toes. And start to make some little movements in our wrists and ankles again. And as we make those little circles, just observe physically how they now feel. Are they more open? Are they more softer? Starting to think about stretching the arms overhead and bringing the legs together, pushing the toes towards you, the heels away, and take a few lovely deep breaths into the whole body now, yogis, stretching gently into the whole body. Opening the eyes gently if they were closed. Just give yourself a moment to come back, visually back into the room, back into the outer world. And just relax those arms, let them float back down to the sides of your body. Take a moment to observe how you now feel. Just take a moment to observe how you now feel. Hug your knees gently into your chest. Just rock gently. Start to soften that low back again. And again, just noticing any physical sensations. Perhaps noticing that internal, quiet calmness of the mind now. We're going to roll onto one side and just come up slowly to sitting and close our practice together as a group. So just take your time, come up to sitting when you're ready. And take a nice deep breath in when you're ready, as if you could gather all that lovely energy and bring it back into your heart space. Just take a moment to wish yourself well. Thank your body for all it's enabled you to do tonight. And just taking a moment, as I say, to wish yourself well. May you all go well. Om Shanti, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Lovely.